What is there to say? He inherited trash. The roster is probably trash for a little bit. Really excited to see how this draft plays out for him. No big names here necessarily, just some high-end second-round guys and some potential you hope hits. Projected wins. 2. Rainville, don't fuck up this matchup twice. Buddy wanted to get off Addison worse than Dom wants to crank one out of every bathroom he's ever entered. Joe is entering year 2 as full-fledged manager, and the roster is still quite bleak. Draft capital is stacked high, but at some point we need to see production here. Projected wins, 2. Excited to see what moves are made in season. Coming in at 12 is a man who landed some serious firepower in this year's draft. The lateral move for Marv at the expense of Brees makes a lot of sense with a rebuild underway. Drake, May, Baker are pivotal here for the potential success of Matrice. If they hit, that is one less hole to address. If not, you have to ponder the Lamar move. This will be a very volatile roster, and someone give this man some running backs. Projected wins, 3. Added a few solid pieces at this year's draft with 3 first-round picks. Tua got the contract, but will he be a fantasy producer? Our bottom 4 is exceptionally weak on paper, but Chris has shown he is dedicated to winning, bringing in some vets at the expense of draft capital to thwart Rainman's ownership of his first. Will it pay off? Tune in. Projected wins, 5.
Disrespect. But what happened here? 2 firsts for King Henry, year 1. The rape of JP for a free first with the Ronald Moore trade. Landed Tua for cheap year 1. Most think he won the Lamar deal, and he landed our first ever 1.01. So how is this roster so damn bad? This 1.10 and swift deal for a guy who won't be playing for who knows how long was a potential death sentence. This is dynasty, but the 24-year looks like a complete bust if we're just punting the RB2 spot early on. Coming in at 9, I will show our inaugural champ a bit more love than that. This is a roster that can go one of 2 ways, and a lot of that comes at the hand of its owner. Derner has always excelled in every league we've done together. Although the 10-man eludes him, I've seen him compete and win many championships in a multitude of different leagues. This roster is just a bit old, and a lot can go wrong. But I think he's got one last shot, that a lot can go right. I think 8 and 9 are a toss-up, but coming off his playoff berth, we have JP coming in just outside our top echelon of teams. I think this is a given. He has made some moves to start looking to the future. To repeat as a playoff team, it will be on the backs of a few new faces, Caleb, Coleman, and a few others. Long gone are the days of D. Adams, Monty, and I'm sure we will see Keenan on his way out, unless... Number 7, our first projected playoff team. It is early, folks. Anything can happen. Pipe has a star-studded starting lineup, but man oh man is it old and have some serious question marks. Does AR-15 stay healthy? Does Diggs continue to produce and regain his form? Is Cup washed, or can he fire off another 1K season and be at least a WR2? This is probably a playoff team, but I'm not sure it is a contender or the force it was last year. At number 6, we have Mr. Consistent, arguably more the 2010 Atlanta Hawks than our beloved JP, and that means number 6 is Dr. Scrow. Scrow has a solid team, no really two ways about it. It just isn't great, and on the backs of running backs in the modern era. Although it sounds crazy, year 1 might have been his true contending window. He is a tried and true winner and knows how to get the job done. However, and the playoffs will not escape him. As it is projected, he finds his way in a third time. Coming in at number 5 is the team that has Joey staring at his phone in disbelief. That roster is what did me in? Well, let me remind you, my defense scored a combined 3 points, CMC got hurt, and Trevor Lawrence was injured. Anywho, Austin made a solid deal for Monty, drafted the guys he wanted, and landed a player in Myers that he covets highly. At this point, even with a ranking of 5, you can't sleep on this champion. Last year he was assumed dead last, and we were dead fucking wrong. Number 4 was already primed for a big season, playing the slow approach, few trades, but a few elite trades, Pacheco and Diggs namely, that set up Billy B to be a powerhouse for years to come. When you consider this, why the hell did Kyle get bent over 7 different ways, giving him the 1.10 and Swift when all this team needed was another RB? At some point, we have to ask ourselves, should we not stop trading with Joey A? But should we just stop trading in general? Billy B, the pressure is on.
Number 3 is a battle-tested, 3-time champion in the world of redraft, and nearly won year 1 had Hamlin not almost died. Was Derner projected to win anyways? Sure, but if you ask Teddy, Joe Burrow, and Hollywood Higgins against the Bills in a Sunday night shootout, that was his game to lose. Teddy had a really rough season and saw neighbors slip away from him as his pick came in at 2. Even still, he's added firepower this offseason with the likes of Adams and Kittle, and he's out for revenge.
Number 2 will surprise you, but it is done intentionally. The best team on paper has yet to win this league, and therefore Joey demanded he come in at 2. He's heard all the talks of Dom being the hottest girl in town, how he has 0 rings, and the pressure is on. But he's happy to hopefully not be the focal point of this great league, but forever the villain, but not by his own doing. He claims he wants to keep Pipes 25 first, but you know he has a few tricks up his sleeve. A new number 1, a new face of the league perhaps. The league's new anointed one has people hot and bothered looking at this starting lineup from top to bottom. Much like Austin, the rebuilders have to look at how Dom managed to go from 0 to hero, even if it came at the expense of Chaz and Chris. Woof woof. Even still, the subsequent moves had to be calculated, and he has put himself in the driver's seat for now. Will he break through in year 3, or will Austin curse him again?